Hi, this is Renzo Gracie, and I'm Craig Cucuck, and welcome to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu's Escape from the Mounted Position. In the street fight, one of the worst possible positions to get in is mounted. From here, he can punch me and I can't punch him. Okay, so this is a bad position for us to be in. If I do end up in this position, however, there's a few things I can do to get out. But first of all, I have to keep, number one, I want to keep my arms in, my elbows on the ground. When I say arms in, I don't mean like this, because he can still slide up underneath my elbows and possibly get an arm lock or something like this on me. So I want to keep my elbows in like this. If he does get up under my elbows, all I want to do is put my feet on the ground and slide forward. And now keep your elbows to the ground. Easy enough. Okay? Also, I want to keep my legs flat on the ground. I don't want to give him a base for his legs to hook into. He has a he can stabilize himself much better up here. Much more power if he wants to punch me. From here, it's a lot better for me. I want to stay like a board on the ground. I also want to keep my head flat on the ground. I don't want to keep my head up because he comes under my neck and it holds on to me. It's much more difficult for me to get him out of here from this position too. So I want to keep my head down, legs down, and elbows to the side. Just put your hands on your chest. Don't get in the habit of extending your arms because you have the arm locks here. So keep your arms by your side.
Here are some fighters who didn't know how to get out of the mounted position. Having an opponent mounted on your chest is possibly the worst position to be in a street fight. In these fights, there's a referee. In the street, there isn't. As you can see, turning over to your stomach to avoid the punches is not the answer. The punches just give way to the choke. Make sure to go over and over the escapes on this tape. Being able to see the way out, then react quickly is crucial.
In this first position, the person who was mounted on you, he's trying to choke you. The first thing, you have to grab his wrist, like this. On the other one, you can grab the gi if he has, if he doesn't, you grab the arm, like this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna block his whole side, like this. So I'm gonna put this feet here to block his leg, for I can hold him to this side. It's very important to hold the hand, because if I do it without it, he's gonna put the hand on the ground like this. Or if I just hold the hand, he's gonna open the leg like this, so he won't fall. So now, I put the feet on his feet like this, blocking his feet to open. I grab his wrist and I grab his arm. So now I arch my body like this, and then I roll this way, falling in this position. So once again, so you have to make sure that his one side of him is all blocked like this, the wrist, the arm here, and the feet. You have to make sure of that. So you have to give a strong arch like this to make his head, like you want to touch his head on the ground here, and then you roll, finishing that position. So once again, our idea is block his whole side. So I'm gonna trap his foot here with my foot, and I'm gonna grab his wrist with this hand, and the other one, I'm gonna grab his arm here If he has a gi, I can grab the gi. But if he doesn't, I just grab his arm like this. So I'm gonna make a bridge like this. I'm gonna arch my body like this way, and then I'm gonna turn him, you know. Why I do this? I block all his side. Because if I try to make the arch, he's gonna put the hand. Or if I just hold the hand, he's gonna put the foot, and he won't fall. So I have to block. I have to trap his foot. I have to grab his wrist, and the other hand I grab his arm, and then I make the arc and fall this way. So I had to grab his both biceps for avoid him to punch me like this. See? So this finalize the position.
The last move we did, the person was trying to choke you, and we trapped his arm, rolled him over. Only this time, the person's trying to punch you. Okay? So in this situation, I either take punches, or I'm going to have to lift up, trap the arm. One more time. So he starts to punch. Notice that my hips are what bring him over. My legs touch his bottom and knocks him over. If he sits way up here, you don't keep your elbows to your side like we talked about earlier, I can't knock him over. That distance there is a problem. So we want to get him back. Keep your elbows in. This keeps him back. From here, he goes to punch me. I want to lift up. His hands go to the ground. Once his hands go to the ground, my hand comes inside, trapping his arm. I want to trap the leg on the same side, hand in the hip, up and over we go. Hand goes to the bicep so we don't take a punch once again. Okay, so once again, elbows by my side. He goes to throw the punch, I'm going to lift up, his hands go to the ground. My arm traps it, holds it here, one more time. I come inside and around and hold it with my wing right down here. I trap this leg, hand in the hip, and over, lift up. Make sure you're lifting this way. Don't try to push him this way. You're going to lift up this way, towards your head. About 1 o'clock. Up and over we go. As soon as we get over, make sure the hand goes to the bicep, because this hand's going to punch you. Okay, one more time. Elbows by my side, lift up. His hands go to the ground. Trap his arm, trap his leg, hand in the hip, and up towards the head we go. Hand in the bicep immediately. In this position, this time, I left my head up and he caught me like this. Remember, I was supposed to keep my head down, but he got his arm underneath. So what I want to do, I want to take this hand and confirm his grip right here. I want to keep him here. Okay, I want to keep my hand right on his tricep. Now, this leg is going to trap this leg right here, and this hand on this side is going to push in his hip. One more time. You kept your head up. He grabbed you like this. Confirm the grip right here. Keep your head down to the ground. Trap this leg. Hand in the hip. And lift up. You want to make sure you lift kind of 1 o'clock. Make sure you don't try to throw him to the side. It makes him very heavy. Lift up straight. Roll over and make sure your hands go to the bicep so he can't punch you. Okay, once again, I want to trap the arm, confirm the grip. Keep your head down. This helps keep it tight. Trap the leg. Hand goes in the hip. One problem that you might run into as you're lifting him over, if he hooks this leg in, you can't pull him over. So when you do this, you hook this leg, hook the arm, keep your heel close to your butt. Then lift over. Now he can't hook in. Hands in the biceps. Okay, so once again, hands underneath my head. Trap his arm there. Confirm the grip. Keep your head down tight. Grab his tricep and keep him close. Trap the foot on this side. Hand in the hip. Now as we start to go over and lift, you can see that sometimes he hooks in right here. Hooks in with my leg, or his leg. Okay? I want to keep, to avoid this problem, I keep my ankle close to my butt. So as I go to lift him over, he can't hook in. I come over, and immediately the hands go to the biceps.
This next move we call elbow escape. For you to escape from here, you have to remember that you have to keep your elbow on the ground like this. Never let the guy put your elbows high, because you won't escape from here. So after you put your elbow on the ground, if you want to escape to the right side, you're going to extend your right leg like this and keep your left up like this, your left leg up. So you're gonna put your elbow inside his leg here, and you're gonna slide to your left side like this, and put with the elbow your knee, your leg that was extending like this, is gonna come inside like this. So now after your knee is inside, I'm gonna slide my body to this side here, to my right side, to put the other side in. After I push his other leg, I'm gonna put him on my guard like this. So once again, elbows on the ground like this. Extend your leg that you wanna go first like this one. So you push here and bring your knees inside, your knee inside. Now you're gonna slide to the other side and put the other one. So you're gonna get guard position. One more time. Then another important thing here is this is a good escape when he puts the hand on the ground. For you make him put the hand on the ground, you have to do the upa like this. He'll fall to the front like this, because it's very hard to escape when the guy is leaving his weight here, you know. So you make the upa, you gotta put the hand on the ground, you put your elbow inside and extend your leg. Now I put this, my knee in, and then I slide my body like this, put the other side, and unlock the guard. So once again, I make the upa, put my elbow inside, bring my knee inside, and then I slide my body to put the other side and lock the legs, the guard position. This position is the escape when you just trap one leg. So I make the upa, he goes, I escape from this, and he grabs my neck like this. So I couldn't escape from the other side. So I'm gonna hold his arm here, his elbow, like this, and make sure that all this side is blocked, like this. So the other hand, I'm gonna put it in his ribs, here, and I'm gonna make him roll like this, to fall over him. So once again, he's out the way. I make sure that he's gonna put the hand on the ground. I put my elbow inside and escape the leg. So he grabbed my neck. So I confirm his grip like this, holding his elbow. Now I put the other hands on the hip, and I arch my body. It's very important that you do it this way, then you turn. Because if you try to do like this, you won't get it. So you lift up and then you turn. Again, after I make the upa to make sure that all his weight went up. So I did the upa, I'm gonna put the elbow inside, slide my leg in. After he grabbed my head, we're gonna be hard to escape for the other side. So I'm gonna hold his elbow, put my hand on his hip, make sure that my foot is on the ground, and then make the arch my body like a bridge. I do this and then turn him.
One.
On this move, we're trying to do the elbow escape, but every time I push his knee, he pulls my hand off. He just pulls it off. So what I want to do is I'm going to push here, but I'm going to have this hand sitting right here. So as soon as he goes to pull it off, I'm going to trap him. Okay? So we're here, he starts to pull off, I trap his wrist. One more time, push. Now, when he grabs this and I grab here, this hand comes out that way. Here, here, to here. Okay. Now, from here we want to trap the leg. Once again, trapping everything on one side. I'm going to lift up, and over we go. Hands in the biceps so I don't get punched. One more time. Push on the knee, pulls off. This hand's just waiting. Sitting right here. If you keep this hand here, over here, and as he goes to pull it off, it's too late. It has to wait right here. So I push, I wait, come out, trap the arm, and trap the leg at the same time. Lift up, and over we go. And in a bicep.
This is another situation that can happen when you try to take the guy from the mount position. So put him on the guard again. Do you remember that we did that one who we grab the wrist, grab the arm, and lock the leg and make him roll? So during you are doing this, his feet escape like this. So we're gonna make a combination like this. And then we're gonna use the elbow and put the knee side and go for the other side to put him on the guard. So it's a very simple movement, because if his feet escape from this trap here, like this, you continue with this. Just bring you extend your leg first, and then you bring inside like this. Slide your body and put the other side as the same way. So lock your legs. Okay, once again. You make the upa to make him roll and grab the wrist and the arm like this. So you couldn't trap the leg, so the foot, so he opened. I'm gonna put my knee inside, making the elbow escape, slide my body to the other side and do it the same as the other side. And lock the leg. So let's repeat. So I grab his wrist, I grab his arm like this, I do the upa, he opened the leg because I forgot to trap or his foot escaping. So I use the elbow here on his leg and put my knee inside. After I did this, I'm gonna slide my body to the other side. So to put him on the guard position.
On this next movement, instead of trapping his arm first and then trying to trap his leg and roll him over, we're going to try and trap the lower part of his body, trap his leg first, and then we'll go to the arm. So from here, what I want to do is keep this leg flat the whole time. I don't want him to hook underneath, like this, okay? I want to keep this flat. Now, what I'm going to do, as I'm keeping this flat, I'm going to push my body up so I get sideways, like this. One up, bump up, and turn sideways. But notice when I bump up, this stays on the ground the whole time. Okay? So it's like this and turn sideways. Now this leg comes over, I hook in right here, my heel hooks in, and my elbow pushes. Now this leg comes over and traps. Make sure you trap this. If you don't trap this, he's just going to mount on top of you again. Okay? So we hook it, bring it over, trap it. Now this arm, if he grabs underneath my arm, I just grab his collar. Hand in the hip, push up, and we're over. If he doesn't grab underneath, the same thing. Okay? Hand in the hip, trap the leg, push up, and over we go. Okay, let's repeat this movement. Heel to here. Want to hook right in here. One more time. Bump up, turn to the side, hook in, push with the elbow. It's going to be hard to pull it out of here with just your heel. You push with the elbow too. Leg comes in to hook it. Grab his collar on this side. Just come right through and grab his collar. If he doesn't have a collar, just grab his neck. Either way, hand in the hip, up and over we go. Okay, let's take a look at it from another angle. Bump up, I'm turning sideways. Elbow stays in. Hook here, pull down and push down with your elbow. Hook his leg. This arm wants to come in and grab his collar here. Hand in, right in the hip, push up, and over we go. Remember we talked earlier about the importance of keeping your legs flat. Like this, or like this. You always have to have one flat. In this situation, if he hooks under my legs anyways, for whatever reason he caught me in this situation and now he's hooked in, I want to flatten my legs down and then get to here. I want to push his legs all the way down. Just straighten your legs down and come over the top. Now you can come to here if you'd like. So one more time. So he's hooked in. You notice how he's pushing his pelvis in. Now he's hooked in here very well. This is very difficult to roll him out or anything from this position. So from here, he hooks in good. I just want to flatten the legs, come over the top, and now I just put one leg up. One more way that a lot of times the guys will hook their legs this way as opposed to the other way. Like this. Now he hooks them like this. What I want to do is I just want to unhook them with my feet. I lift up and uncross one and put the foot on the ground. One more time. So we're like this. Here, push it down, and now this leg flattens down. The other leg comes over, and we're back to here. Time. Here. Sometimes, if you don't have a lot of flexibility this way, if you can only bring your leg back this far, you're going to have a problem here. To alleviate that problem, you want to push down here. This brings his legs farther down. Same thing.